hand and stuff. There's bruises on her hand. There's injury to her other arm, like a handprint.
Greetings, loves. Welcome to Soul Search. Go ahead and click that like button. Share this video out. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And make sure you click that notification bell so you'll be notified when I post my next video. Now let's talk about Mica Miller here for a second. And her being cremated. I mean, okay. That's what they chose. However, not being able to, well, you can't investigate the crime scene anymore because it's already past that. It's been tainted. So all you have left is the body. I mean, you can deal with evidences that were not collected, evidences that could possibly prove something, but the biggest evidence is with the body, and it's gone now. So let's be clear. There could be some other charges concerning the other stuff that they have going on, but this past that, this is what I don't understand. I don't understand how in the world he was allowed to cremate this woman. No, I don't understand that.
And these things were not documented, and they did not show up for no reason. And we were not satisfied with the answers that we were given. This sick monster even admitted that he put the picture on the internet saying this: "I'm sorry for putting a picture up of you on the internet. It was for less than 1 hour and immediately taken down. I was hurt that you are telling everyone horrible, intimate details of my past sin, and I just wanted to try and hurt you." Posted topless pictures of her. He just sucked the life right out of her and caused her to go down.
Okay. She had bruises on her body. Did you take pictures of that? Why not take all the evidence that you had and go and demand that they turn over her body? That doesn't make any sense.
My brain is everywhere, forgive me, but there is a GoFundMe set up for the family. If you search GoFundMe for Mica's family by Ryan Williams, that is the one and only GoFundMe set up for the family. They have a lawyer. They need our help still, so please continue to donate. Do not donate anywhere else, because this is the one and only.
Help doing what?
Legit.
What's the strategy at this point?
One that is in their name, that is going to them. Also forgot to mention that News Nation has done interviews with the family. Go watch those. Those are the only 100% accurate interviews that are out there that I encourage you to pay attention to. We never know what else is actually legit out there, and as always, I'm going to stick with reporting facts and evidence and public record. So go watch News Nation and go donate to this.
Well, facts is not stating that he's wearing Mica's necklace when it doesn't look like it's her necklace. Are you sure that's the same necklace? Because unless it's upside down on him, it doesn't look like the same necklace. So just want to point that out.
Record straight. Yes, I am in contact with the family. We're working alongside them. We have a private investigator. Lots of rumors circling around that, has Mica been cremated? Yes, she has been cremated. And yes, the family did get to see the body before she was cremated. There was no autopsy done. There was no toxicology report. There's a lot of this stuff that is not adding up still.
Mm-hmm. You're right. There's a lot of stuff that's not adding up. If there was no toxicology report and no autopsy done, that supersedes you putting the ocular on her body. These are believers, correct? So they understand that she no longer occupies that body. So what's more important? Because the word is that let me let her tell it.
And I encourage people to do their research and not believe everything they see on here on social media unless it comes from me. And I know that sounds kind of ironic, and people can choose to believe what they want, but everything I've been saying has lined up so far, and it will continue to. So Sierra's sister has created a TikTok account. It's at Justice for Mica. That is her. So please go follow that so you can get the real story, the real scoop. I will continue posting updates when I have time, but I wanted to set the record straight on those things. So we are working diligently behind the scenes, and this isn't over. Hey guys, it's me.
Is your medication?
So where's the one where she said...
Forgot to add a couple things. My brain is everywhere for
Hundreds of messages asking what's going on with Mica's remains, and I can tell you, Kyler posted it was confirmed that Mica was cremated. Though I'm sure the family would have loved to do a second opinion autopsy, we need to talk about a couple things. Number one, the amount of medical examiners or funeral directors that are in my DMs every day.
Okay, let me go ahead and say it. I'm getting only listen to me. I'm the only true authority here. I'm the only one posting facts when that's nothing against Tyler, not Kyler. And nothing against what she's doing or nothing like that. But let's just bring it down a little bit. Saying these type of things repetitively, I'm the only one posting facts and only go here and only listen to this and don't listen to them. And, you know, the guy that's going around, I guess, advocating for JP, don't go watch his page and why would you tell people that? Like, they can listen and watch whatever they want. If he's giving alternate information, well, he blocked me. I didn't even realize that he was the one she was talking about, but he was live and he was talking about the case, and I came in there. I said I just reposted a video of him laying on the ground having a tantrum, and he started going off. Oh yeah. Well, did you talk? I bet you didn't say he was about his medication. I bet you didn't say that, huh? You didn't say that, And I was like, what are you talking about? Why would I even know all of that? I just reposted the video because that's weird. And he blocked the crap out of me. He was going in. I was like, okay, this must be that guy that he was talking about. However, I mean, you should always gather information from both sides. You should always, whatever. But anywho, there are a lot of people dealing with this situation, just like in most cases that go viral. And some people can have a little bit more information, a little bit more accurate information. Just because you're in contact with the family, that doesn't mean the family knows everything. If they knew everything, they wouldn't need nobody's help. Okay. And I know it's not just me, but I'm definitely getting these vibes loud and clear with her continuously saying that. And actually, it's not factual because she posts speculations, not just facts. Again, Exhibit A, the necklace. You know, she's putting it out there that he had her necklace on. And I don't even know the date of his interview on ABC because I didn't watch it. I just saw like pictures in a still, a short little clip, but I do have screenshots of her necklace and the necklace he had on. And, you know, when you zoom in, I see clear differences. Unless he was wearing it upside down and that's the back of the necklace. Like, how do you explain? I mean, the chain even looks different. So, I don't think it's the same necklace. But, and that's just one thing. I'm just doing one thing. That's all we need. However, let's continue to listen.
Explaining to me that an autopsy report takes multiple weeks to come back. Things like GSR, which was not done on Mica's hands. We don't know if there was any gunshot residue on her hands. Why you would skip that is beyond me. There is no toxicology report done. We don't know if there was anything in her system. No anything. We just skipped the whole process. Here's how I've been remembering this.
And this is very important. It's very important. Now, of course, if they want to rule it a self-inflicted situation, they're not going to want to do that, but the family is supposed to fight for that. Of course, they have to pay for it themselves and get someone to do it, but to have the authority to do it. Now, I remember Kyla, when asked, I believe it was in her interview, do you know if the family has had her cremated? And she said, I've talked to them. Okay, we heard you the first 10 times saying you talked to them. But I didn't ask them that. My mind is so busy. Okay, we heard you the first 20 times you said that. Why wouldn't you ask them that? If I was like an advocate for the family, like in her position, I would definitely be letting them know it is very important, above all right now, that you make sure you get custody of that body and you get an autopsy. That's more important than any gatherings of whatever they're trying to gather. For her to say she didn't even ask, she doesn't even know, she's not sure, she didn't even ask, that's not even really important. It's way more important than whatever the hell she was doing. Whatever her and that investigator was doing, it is way more important to get an autopsy. Let the family know. In case y'all don't know, it's imperative that you do everything you can to get an autopsy and to be looking at what can they do to get her body and have an autopsy. Now, from what I see, I saw ways that they could get that body. Don't y'all? I don't think it would have been that hard. How was he able to say, allegedly, y'all can't see her unless you sign off on a cremation? Let's continue.
Cause of death versus manner of death. What caused this chain of events to happen? In what manner or method did it occur? So, for instance, right now we could determine the manner of death was GSW. What we can't determine was the cause of death or the longer extenuating circumstances, because we need toxicology reports done. There need to be tests and labs done to see if there was any poisons in the system, any drugs in the system, anything that could have caused this manner of death to occur. Does that make sense? From what I'm learning from all the medical examiners and funeral directors that I've spoken to is that this can take a minimum of 6 weeks, more than likely 3 to 6 months to get back properly. The speed of the result is concerning for a number of reasons. One being, she was cremated. So there is no time to run a second autopsy or a first autopsy in that case, whatever ended up happening. I don't know, I wasn't there. This is all alleged. However, the issue that's happening here is that obviously the family would have liked to have a second opinion. I'm sure that that's what they would have wanted. However, this is problematic because there's a list that has to be followed in order to cremate a body.
I would have tore this sucker down. I would have tore planet Earth down. Getting that done. Okay? I would have tore it down getting that done. Okay, I recently had this experience, okay? And every circumstance is different at the end of the day, but if you don't have the authority of custody, and you are still, you're an interested party, you can demand that you're allowed to do an autopsy if you provide enough information and evidence that it is necessary. Because once the coroner says, I've already determined the cause, I don't have enough information to speculate anything other than what I'm saying. If you truly believe that that might be incorrect, then, get your stuff together. Didn't they have more than enough information that leads to believe that this just might I don't care even if they say dude wasn't there. We got an alibi. He was somewhere. So what? It doesn't necessarily have to be him. But these circumstances surrounding this situation are more than enough to suggest that it just might be something else going on other than her literally doing it. I don't care about your 911 call. All that evidence supersedes that 911 call right now when we're talking about doing an autopsy. If you're sure about what you're saying, if your evidence and your examination is, A1, don't be scared of an autopsy. You ain't even paying for it and you're not doing it. So there's that. But yeah, we would have got one. I forget all the other stuff y'all talking about. I can't get my head past this one.
Explain it to you very simply. Number 1, person in charge of the will. Number 2, spouse. Unless order of divorce or separation. The problem was JP wasn't in charge of her cremation because Mica filed for divorce.
There we go. So, somebody please help me out here. If you're not in charge because she filed a divorce, is this hard or is this easy? I think it's easy. How are you able to tell the family, if you don't sign for a cremation, I'm not going to let you see her? How's he going to stop the family from seeing her? She was blood born to that family before she ever knew that this dude existed. She had to live on this earth, coming from and being with that family for years before she ever had the opportunity to go out to the world and meet anybody, much less a J.P. Miller. So how is he, when she not only filed for divorce, but is trying to get away from this dude, and they have all this other stuff coming. Every day is something new. JP posted naked photos. JP was threatening other people's jobs. JP was slashing her tires. He admitted to it. JP was grooming her. JP, da-da-da-da. He was abusive. Da-da-da-da. He was stalking her. Da-da-da-da. We got racks on racks on racks on racks of evidence to show that this was a dangerous and hostile situation for her from him. So how is she nestled safely in his arms over the family? That should have been a piece by piece cake. But you gonna sit here and really tell me, like I'm Boo Boo the fool, that all he gotta do is say, if y'all don't sign for us to cremate her, then I ain't gonna let you see her. And then the family was like, well, dang. I mean, I get wanting to see your loved one. I get that. But at the end of the day, let's just say that was, the alternative. And they said, well, oh gosh, we don't have any other choice but to do either or, like he said, which I'll never believe that. Okay, I would have filed some kind of emergency petition or order or something to stop him. Because first of all, come on, let's put the record scratch and the rewind on this one. He can't even get it done without they say, man, listen, if y'all don't stop playing with me, if y'all don't stop, is this a joke? Because it's May. April Fool's is gone. Listen, he can't even get a cremation without their signature. That's why he wanted it. Okay. Let's see. What can we do with that information? We can say, no, I ain't signing nothing. We gonna see if we can get courts and petitions, and there's something we can file. There's attorneys out here who can advise us. There's something we can file to say that you have to let us see the body. And you shouldn't even have care of custody of the body. You can have all the memorials, and you can cry, and you can tell all your stories, and you can put you in all the pictures you want to, and you can have your little crackly little softy voice up there and your bald head at the top. And, you can do all of that stuff that you want to. And you can have the Randall guy up there calling her his little girl and shit like she ain't had no daddy or something like that. Like, what the hell? But, anywho, you can do all that, sir. You can do all that. Mica, she was the best wife ever. Okay, well, she was the best wife. Why was you constantly painting her out to be otherwise and treating her otherwise? But y'all gonna tell me this dude was able to get her body, hold her body, keep her body, and do his own thing, like cremate. Listen, and didn't let the family see her and hold their own service for her. So who got the remains? I mean, we caring about that too. Yes, it's her remains, but we can't autopsy no cremated remains. Once you leave the body is good. The body is just a vessel. So we supposed to use the body for what we need to. What can we use it for now that she's no longer in it? Her spirit is not in it. Her soul is not in it. It's not breathing. What made it stop breathing? Oh, we have to do an examination on the body to further determine that. So we have to get the body. If we get the body, we can see the body all we want to. Before and after the autopsy. However, we negotiating with terrorists now? Like, okay, I'll let you cremate her and burn up any kind of evidence that we can obtain from this body that holds you any kind of way responsible for what may have actually truly happened to her, and get the true story out of what might have actually happened to her. But instead, we gonna just let people go on the internet all day and all night, every day, every night, and just speculate like they trying to solve a unaliving when you can't solve it. So now we moving on. What we doing now? Civil, we getting some money. Okay, cool. We getting some money. We gonna put them possibly in prison. The FBI gonna come through and find out all kind of more horrible stuff. What more is there? I'm pretty sure there's a lot in this situation. I'm pretty sure there are so many people that probably could go down with JP in this situation, and there are so many other sick and sinister things that we could probably find out about him, people associated with him, and people associated with that church. Okay? Yes. And I'm pretty sure civilly they'll win a case and all that. But let's just be clear on where we're going with this, because Tyler, she is not really being direct. Like, she not saying, okay, the body, she not saying what I'm saying. Forget that. I'm not about to say what she need to say. What the hell you mean? She supposed to be letting us know, okay, now we're going in a civil direction, or now we're going in a direction of trying to hold him accountable for, possibly being the one who led her up to do this, and hold him accountable for I don't know, can you sue on behalf of a deceased person based on the strife they went through from their spouse? Probably not. But just like Nicole, they found OJ not guilty, but the family was able to get some money from some kind of way. I'm pretty sure something along those lines can be done, and he can be thoroughly investigated for all that crap they got going on, depending on how deep it is. And I'm pretty sure it's deep. So his higher ups that he got, dealings with, they're probably not going to really allow that deep of an investigation, if any, into what he got going on. unfortunately. And I think it's deep. I think it's real deep, especially when you talk about these children in Africa and over there in Pakistan and his father and all this, whoop de whoop, blah, blah, blah. And I think there's a lot that needs to come out of that church that a lot of church members don't want to say. And some of them probably don't know. But I think there's a lot of sick and sinister things going on. And I think a lot is going to go unpunished. But at the end of the day, though, y'all can speculate till the cows come home. Did he do it? Was he there? Was he in that truck? Who is his alibi? It's none of that matters now. You probably never get the answers you're seeking because you're not professional enough, unless professionals actually, maybe pro bono or what have you, I don't know, do this investigation, and they will have to be able to have access to certain things. But I'm not saying it can't be done. All I'm saying is you're probably never going to get the definitive answers you want. And even if you did, what can you do with it? What can you do with it? Because it's going to be 10 to 20 times harder to even bring all that to the table and get a conviction without an autopsy and without any type of crime scene evidence. So you don't have the people don't even know where her car is. In fact, we don't even know what car is what. This is how twisted they got things. Ain't no way I would have let her body be cremated. Y'all got me fucked up on that one. Okay? Y'all keep playing detective and Inspector Gadget on this if you want to.
That means it goes to the next in line. Formal signing, skip. Entry of permanent order, skip. The descendants surviving adult children, nope, skip. The descendants surviving parents, bingo. And guess what JP did? JP said, you can't see Mica's body unless you sign saying that she can be cremated.
Make this make sense. Okay? If Smokey Mama can tell him to make it enough and he made it enough, you can make this make sense. Now I want you to make this make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. He can't even authorize cremation. How the heck he gonna stop her family from seeing her body? Yeah, you better play with your friends. Don't play with me.
What a sicko. One of the biggest things that's happened so far in this case, in my opinion, is that Sierra, Mica's sister, just started a TikTok. And you're going to want to follow her immediately. It's at Justice for Mica.
She got like 4 posts on there, and it's of JP trying to get somebody. We'll go to her page in a second. It's not much on there. It's not like she's on there, oh, she's talking. And it's nothing really publicly that the family could say at this point, because it would just be them showing their hand. It wouldn't make any sense. The whole investigating her murder part, that's over with. Now, if y'all want to do it. There's people still out here trying to figure out what happened to Kanika Jenkins. Okay, so don't you let me stop you. What God is calling you to do. That's what you feel like you need to do. You do it. Sleepless nights, all that. Neglect, whatever. Do your thing. But, this is clearly other routes that need to be taken here and should, I don't see the family really announcing that necessarily, because it wouldn't be a good idea. It's just, why let JP know everything you're trying to do? Because clearly he works overtime and then some, trying to interject everything. I mean, this is so blatant. Ain't no way I would have been down to that courthouse demanding that he turn over custody of her body. Yeah, listen, y'all not serious, are you?
Very simple. Make sure you're following her. Make sure you engage with her videos. Make sure you're sharing and reposting her videos. It is crucial. I'm going to show you here screenshots so you have this video as well.
I mean, she had like it's a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, we're going to go to her page. I already said that.
But Sierra has access to inside messages between JP and Sierra, JP and Mica. Here they are for your
Well, she would because she's Sierra. I mean, y'all stop playing.
viewing
Just
pleasure.
cut it out.
Let me go ahead and read this one to you.
I mean, listen, honey, this is the same stuff we've already seen. It's just another day, another dollar. You know, I mean, we just seeing more of the same type of behavior from JP. She had like, this is groundbreaking information that's really this is going to do it. This is the, smoking gun. No, all of it, none of it, there is no more smoking gun. All the stuff that we've heard, and most of it coming literally from Mica, there's not really much else. What else you gonna tell us? He was screwing his mother? I mean, because other than that, what do you got? What do you got? We done heard this dude done finished himself off to a 4-year-old looking blow-up doll. Some other stuff. I ain't gonna say no more. I'm just letting y'all know how just like at what levels we've done been on with this dude. And you talking about some messages to show he was a stalking creep. We done seen she had him on video stalking her and threatening to put her pictures up, and then he went whole past her, put up her nude pictures on top of that. Having her allegedly signed paperwork to make him power of attorney when she's trying to get a power of health attorney when she's trying to get away from him, and then having her involuntarily committed and trying to force her to take medication. She said that out of her own mouth. Okay, and she said legal drugs. I know she said legal drugs now. Yep. And then going and taking all her clothes out the house and put them in somebody. We still don't even know whose house that was. And then taking her car and, just going constantly talking about her into his church sermon and saying, girl, why you online talking your smack? I'm riding private jets and, oh, you going to Africa? What you going to? Oh, she stole all my money. She going to Africa to do a mission. Girl, I'm already over there in Africa building schools. What you got? Come on up out of there. I got that. I'm taking that too. Everything. We get it. We got it. We know it. He wanted to completely break her and take literally every single jambaras cloth thing from her. He talks in her obituary. Oh, she loves her family so much. He wrote it like he was in the 5th grade. So with a whole bunch of zeros. So much. And her brother and her mother and sisters. And she prayed so hard for them. But yeah, and still he gonna tell them they can't see her body. See her body. What you talking about? I can't see her body. Listen, this shit right here. These little text messages and stuff where he was trying to be like controlling and narcissistic. Like what? That's the JP we know. That's JP doing JP. What else you got? Show me a text message or email or something. Or something written on the church station head like y'all, where he say, I did her in. Give me that. Then I'll be impressed.
My blood is on you, and my kids will know. This is JP. I couldn't take it without you. All you had to do was come home to me, but you wouldn't do it. I'm done. All you had to do was love me enough to drive home to me, but you don't even care that much about me. I love you. I'm sorry. Tell Sierra I'm sorry.
Okay. Here's your pastor, Solid Rock Church, at 1 a.m. texting Mica's sister that he's bagged up her stuff and is dumping it at her house or Goodwill. Then a few hours later, saying this fool is a nut job. Listen, bro, you insecure. If you gotta force a woman by manipulation and coercion and threats and do damage to her because she decides she don't want to be with you, then you need to look at yourself and figure out what made her, because she chose you. Y'all had an affair. She left her husband. You left, well, your wife left you. We saw you on the ground. We saw that. You know, your wife was like, yeah, I'm good. She can have you. She can have you. And so he turned all his sickness onto Mica. And Mica, you know, went with him, got with him. They got married. She was a grown-ass woman. I mean, and this dude, she stayed with him like 7 years. 7 years. 7 years. And this dude had to do all of this because she won't out. I think she's had more than enough if she gonna decide to leave your funny looking self by this time. And he gotta do all of this. Imagine what he was doing when she was trying to leave before. Because, you know, the woman tries to leave a lot before she finally does. So this is when she finally did. Imagine all the times before. And in the ways that he talked, I done played y'all a few videos from him. The way he talked about her to his church, and they still supported him. Imagine how he literally talked to her and treated her. Then you got all these other people coming out saying that he treated his first wife like trash. And they capitalized the whole word, trash. I mean, and these are people who really didn't know them like that, but they've been in church. They've been, you know, because they fellowship. So they have dinners. They just... What else y'all got? Unless y'all got JP, let him stand up in church and be like, guess what, y'all? Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you what I did, because I'm a sinner. You know, I lured Mica. You know, I did this. I stood right there and whatever. Unless you got that, you can't impress me with nothing from JP. Nothing.
This is Sierra trying to explain to JP why his behavior is completely irrational.
What would she say? Sometimes it takes a little space. It takes time backing away long enough to collect one's thoughts and make positive decisions instead of acting out in fear or confusion. If you love each other like you both say you do, girl, you wasting your time. Because his brain don't function the same. He's not in the same reality as you. And basically, all he reading is you telling him no. Remember Fear with Mark Wahlberg? Oh, I love me some Mark Wahlberg. Y'all remember that movie? That is one of my favorite movies. You remember how he was all, yeah, he loved her, he liked her, whatever. But then, you know, when she started to say, oh my God, he is dangerous. I'm going to get away from him. And then he just flipped out. That, I could see JP reading this. And then he turned into that character like, all he see is her telling him no, and you don't tell him no, especially when it comes to his woman, his property. You know, the one that's supposed to be subservient to him. You know, that's what they teach. That's what they believe. She's supposed to let him do any and everything and cater to his sick and twisted thoughts and desires. You know, let him go out here and do other sick things to people and children, and you know, still child. Now tell her phone will be back on in 30 minutes. Why? Because you turned it off. 5 years ago, what? Dan, Erica all got married in the same month. Us, Mark, Kay, Dan, and Erica all got married in the same month. Now all of us are going through a divorce in the same month. Ooh. If she actually cares, she would do exactly what God wants. And dude, child, this is comedy reading these texts. Reading these messages is just as funny as him laying on that ground, because he is a nut house. He is a fool. He is a fool. And I get it. She didn't want to burden people with her stuff because she knew food was crazy. And it's hard. It's embarrassing. And then too, she obviously loved him, saw something good in him. So probably parts of her wanting him to be a good guy after all, and just cut the shit and just all this other kind of stuff. But I'd be doggone if I knew this dude was this crazy. I'd be like, sis, let me tell you something. Okay, you want us to bust his head? I turn into him on her. I'd be like, do you want us to go bust his head open? Because we about to go bust it. Now you better leave him. Leave him, or you going to be crying at his funeral. Which one you got? Because I'm going to tell you what's about to happen if this dude don't stop. He is somebody who needed to be stopped. He literally needed to be stopped in order to save her life. So now he got to be stopped in this way, which is good, because then the whole, well, not the whole operation, but for the most part, on the surface, some people gonna have to go down with him, lower level. Because, this dude got people giving him planes. We know pastors, people say it's a mega church. How many members he got? Because that shit looks small. But clearly he got some reach and some loot. Okay? This guy was owning bars and everything. Just, child. So he said she actually cares. She would do exactly what God wants and do whatever it takes to make it work. She probably already did that, sir. You win! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! I will allow. Another exclamation mark. Sorry. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exclamation marks. I'll allow you. I don't think he really means you win. So don't get too excited and ask what your prize is, because you know what it is. So he says, I will allow you to completely destroy me, continue to hurt me. And well, I'm hurt. You leave? What? This dude trying to be slick. He putting a threat. This is a threat, but he trying to write it so it don't make no sense. But they know his crazy ass, so they know it's a threat. Look at this. Continue to hurt me, and will I'm hurt hyphen you leave. You know what that says to me? When I hurt, you die. Am I right, y'all? Don't he talk like that? Don't he say, I'm sorry, honey, that I hurt you, because, when people hurt me, and you could just not smile at him the right way that day, and he hurt, right? You hurt him. So when people hurt me, I hurt them back. I don't forgive. What? You a whole bastard. Then he have his sermon, don't help ungrateful people. This guy, he is clear as day, and people still support. That mean they just, I don't care what y'all say. And you can get mad. Own it. You just as sick as he is. That's why you was sitting in his church supporting him. Ain't no way. And we only heard a few of his sermons. What? We can hear a few of his sermons and not be surprised by none of this stuff we finding out about him. None of it. Off his sermons. Y'all, this man's wife was deceased Saturday, and he found out Saturday night. He said it late. He said late last night. He didn't say last night. He said late last night. Late last night. Then he go to church. He preach his sermon. At the end, he says, service is going to be next Sunday at 3:00. Huh? Between last night and what time is service? 8, 10, 11 at best? You only had a handful of hours, so you done planned the funeral. Date, time, all that. Because you and your boys knew what it was, what the outcome was, and you done told the church and everything, and you sure of it, because you know that's not going to change. So they going to just hand her over, and 3:00 Sunday we going to be here. What? Damn. Okay. I'll allow you to completely destroy me, continue to hurt me, and Will, I'm hurt. You leave. Tell me. So he wrote all this other stuff just fine. And then when he got to that part, he wrote something that kind of don't make no sense. Listen, some of us can read crazy. Will, I'm hurt, you leave. But I'll still beg for you back and do whatever it takes if you will come home. Now, how did that sentence make sense? How did that sentence make sense? But when he said, continue to hurt me and will, Will, in case y'all can't see that shit. Will, I'm hurt, you leave. Okay. The Asheville trip could change everything. You'll never find another man who loves you enough to do whatever it takes after you treat him the way you treated me. Wow. And he said, are you showing her this? Okay, so he was texting his wife through her sister's phone all this. Some of us done dealt with nut cases before, unfortunately. Whether they was your dude or not, like, crazy is crazy, right? So y'all, these people right here, you don't play with them, and you don't give them room to grow. You let them know right now, hey, nigga, I'm crazier than you. And that's what the family should have did. Mike, listen, let me tell you something. You can bring your tail here and sit down and let us deal with him. He want to come this way. Let him know, sir, you gonna leave her alone. Go about your business, or we gonna bust your shit wide open. Okay, you gonna take some licks doing it. Don't think you not. All right, y'all might be starting from scratch all over again, and you might lose a person. Who knows? But I'd have battled this dude. You crazy as hell. He texting this to her sister phone, talking about, are you showing her this? I'd have showed his ass something. Golly. Now I want to go back to the other messages, because it's
Access to inside
right
messages.
here. He said, this is Pastor JP at Solid Rock. This is my new cell number. I would not be giving this number out to anyone, so please don't share it. They can always call the church or email me. My old number will be deleted in a few weeks. Why you getting a new number and changing your old number? Oh, because she blocked you. Can you please have Mica call me or Charlotte? Boy, can you spell Charlotte, or is that how Charlotte spells her name? I'm on my way to your house. He wrote that at 9. Okay, listen, y'all. This is November the 16th, 2022. 9:30 p.m. Can you please have Mica call me or Charlotte? 9:38. Oh, she ain't calling? I'm on my way to your house. I'll be there at 12:55. 12:50. He didn't say in an hour or so, 2 hours maybe, in a few hours. I'll be there before morning. He didn't say none of that. He said I'll be there at 12:55. And you know what? I'll be ready for his ass at 12:55. The hell? So she said we don't want any, I don't know. Lady, you want us to read it or you don't? Let me back up some more. I'm reading all these.
Mica filed for divorce.
Okay, we ain't gonna read that part. She talking about...
That means it goes to the next in line. Formal signing, skip. Entry of permanent order, skip. The descendants surviving adult children, nope, skip. The descendants surviving parents, bingo. And guess what JP did? JP said, you can't see Mica's body unless you sign saying that she can be cremated.
And why are you sitting up here telling this like this was just like what? I would have been like, okay, and they should have got the body and not signed for cremation. But you're not saying that. You are like, this right here is, I don't know. What is it to you? Because I'm confused. I'm just really confused.
What a sicko. One of the biggest things that's happened so far
Okay. Okay, so we need
in this case, in my opinion, is that Sierra, Mica's sister, just started a TikTok, and you're going to want to follow her immediately. It's at Justice for Mica. Very simple. Make sure you're following her. Make sure you engage with her videos. Make sure you're sharing and reposting her videos. It is crucial. I'm going to show you here screenshots so you have this video as well. But Sierra has access to inside messages between JP and Sierra, JP and Mica. Here they are for your viewing pleasure.
Oh, shoot. I forgot. I'm supposed to be reading. Okay.
Happened so far in this case, in my opinion, is that Sierra, Mica's sister, just started a TikTok, and you're going to want to follow her immediately. It's at Justice for Mica. Very simple. Make sure you're following her. Make sure you engage with her videos. Make sure you're sharing and reposting her videos. It is crucial. I'm going to show you here screenshots so you have this video as well. But Sierra has access to inside messages between JP and Sierra, JP and Mica. Here they are for your viewing pleasure.
Okay, I just was waiting for her to move. We don't want any drama here. That was the pretense of Mica coming for a visit. That it is just Mica alone. Matthew will not let you inside. He said his response to that was 3 hours away. Yeah, because it's 10:07 p.m. and he said he gonna be there at 12:55, so that's about 3 hours. I'm on my way to your house. Be there at 12:55. Okay, 3 hours late. Well, Matthew would not let you inside. We are not doing none of that tonight. Girl, listen. See, y'all playing with this fool. Once you see a fool is a fool, don't play with him. All right? I wouldn't have said nothing about Matthew. Okay, well, we gonna mention Matthew. Okay, man on man. I'd have been like, Matthew, if you come here, Matthew is gonna protect this household. And everybody in it, including Mica. See what he said to that. And then tell him with authority, do not come to my house. And then have your husband call him. Why are you texting him anyway? See, y'all let this guy, come on, man. He said, that's fine. You can call the cops. What? That ain't crazy. You think I let this nut feel comfortable coming to my crib when he acting like this? She said, our dog can barely handle visitors as it is, let alone anything drama. He said, I'm armed and I'm ready. Nigga, you threatening to come to my house and shoot my dog? See, that's why you should have let your husband talk to him. You halfway threatening him with the dog. Is the dog in the house? Because he don't shoot the dog. He telling you he coming to your house armed and ready with drama late at 1 o'clock in the morning. And this was in 2022 and it's 2024. Man, hell no. Hell no. Okay, let's go back to the armed and unready. Hold on.
Is that Sierra, Mica's sister? But Sierra has...
God, this is too much drama for me. It's one soap opera after the next on social. Y'all notice that?
Access to inside messages between JP and Sierra, JP and Mica. Here they are for your viewing pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am. This the one. Okay, armed. You can read. He said Mica can fix all of this. Man, this dude is straight out of a movie. She said this doesn't help anything. Threats and intimidation only makes matters worse. Are you being rational? Because he don't do rational. He said, I don't care. Driving can't tell. How he using it? I don't even use those. Like, that's for the children. What are you doing? He put IDC, aka I don't care. Then he said driving can't text thanks. She said, if you come here, the cops will be here waiting. And if you stay home, they don't need to be involved. You can't make a threat about being armed and come to someone's home in the middle of the night. That's not safe for anyone involved. And he said, find, F-I-N-D, by me. Find. Not fine. Find. So he ready to just throw it all away. He ready to just battle because his wife wants to get away from him and go to her family's house. So you gonna come there and just start a war because your wife is at her family house? What? What? All of this started because of one bad decision a month ago in Colombia. If I could turn back time, what you do in Colombia? Let me guess. Can anybody guess? I mean, we got a lot of choices to choose from. What y'all think his sick behind did? He said, if I could turn back time, I would. We had the great... This fool is texting this to her sister. At this point, I should be paying JP for this dang on entertainment. But at the end of the day, it's a doggone distraction. At this point, y'all done got his body cremated. It's... Child. Can you imagine how much he would have squirmed if they would have got their body? It would have really been some craziness. Y'all thought he was on the ground acting a fool before? He said, we had the greatest marriage in the world up until that one wrong choice. Well, what did you do, boo-boo? It can't continue. It can't continue down that path, or we can have an amazing marriage once again. The choice is yours. What the hell? Sir, you can't threaten somebody into having an amazing marriage. That's not how marriages become amazing. Damn. This dude is straight out of a movie. I'm talking about a horror movie. If you come home today, we can take off the rest of the year. Damn, son. Damn, we're just going to take off the rest of the year? Well, it was already freaking November, so. He's saying go to counseling every day. Every day. Every day, Craig. Go to Iceland. Go to Iceland? Oh, I guess she wanted to go to Iceland. Do whatever in order to get well. And boy, did you need to get well. I also desperately want a child with you. What? I can't believe I almost didn't read this. I cannot believe I almost didn't read this. He said, I'm just scared of this. This is the only reason I wouldn't. I'm scared of divorce or putting the child through anything like this, where you leave and aren't willing to do whatever it takes. Damn, she gotta do whatever. She gotta do whatever it takes. We see you willing to do whatever it takes. Y'all, ain't no way this dude would have been stopped. I would have let him come that night. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I would have sent... Wait a minute. Okay, her parents weren't living with her. So it was her husband, and possibly some children. If I was home, man, I would have sent Mica, my wife, and the children. Maybe even the dog. But I don't know. It depends on... If they had a pet or something like that. A car. So if they had a trained protection dog, we keep the dog here. But if it's like a poodle or something, take the dog with you. And the cat. And y'all, leave the cat. Leave the cat. And y'all go, I'll put him somewhere. I don't know. And I'll let him come. Let him come. And it's going to be between him and me. That's how we would have handled that. And and from there, it's downhill from JP if he survived. Y'all gotta castle protection law in that state? Y'all got a stand your ground law in that state? Because here in Georgia, we don't got to flee. Okay?
Let me go ahead and read this one to you. My blood is on you, and my kids will know. This is JP. I couldn't take it without you. All you had to do was come home to me, but you wouldn't do it.
He sound like he about to do himself. Listen, I see now why Sierra was posting months ago on her Facebook, being concerned about her sister. He sound like he want to do himself. And got the nerve to be telling everybody, oh, she's the one who's gonna either hurt me or hurt herself. He said all you had to do was love me enough to drive home to me. But you don't even care that much about me. I love you. I'm sorry. Tell Sierra, you sure are sorry.
Done. All you had to do was love me enough to drive home to me, but you don't even care that much about me. I love you. I'm sorry. Tell Sierra I'm sorry.
Woo! No, he didn't. Tell me this is from somebody else. Homeboy said this F&B tried to get me arrested. Every single piece of everything Mica owns or has any part of, it is in the back of my truck. Ask her where she wants it. I'll be like, throw it away. Burn it. Eat it. I don't care. He said 2 options. On the outskirts of your property or the trash or Goodwill. Man, this dude would have been went and found him somebody else to play with. There is nothing left inside of that house that has any attachment to her. 20 large garbage bags full. And she can choose where she wants it if she calls me. And if it's not at your place, it's gone. Listen, y'all. This is just... To know this dude was getting down like this whole time. Y'all didn't understand you needed to deal with this dude, and then you gonna sign over for him to cremate the body? I get it. She picked him. That's her dude. But listen, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. If she comes home today, tell her I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm sorry to you and Matt. Man, he wouldn't even be texting out. Well, Matt, what's going on with you? This dude's still texting your wife and it's a whole day later. And you crazy as hell. He done had to show up at midnight. At 1 o'clock, 12:55, whatever time he wanted to go. Hell no. Said, why are you texting me instead of her? Don't tell him to text her. What the hell? What the hell was y'all doing? Did your husband even know about this? What's wrong with y'all? She was just coming for a visit until Tuesday. I even asked her first, did you know she was coming? And was there going to be any issue? Damn, that's crazy. You had to ask that. She said y'all were having a little bit of trouble, but, you guys were fine. And she was just coming for a few days. And you knew where she was going. You were sending these corrective, kind sounding message, but still starting with an ultimatum. If you come home today, to what? Change locks, shut off phone, and closing bags? She didn't leave you in her mind. She told everyone she was coming back on Tuesday, and she told me she just wanted to get away for a few days, and Tuesday at the latest. Your brain is playing tricks on you to reach and assume the worst scenarios. It happens to us all, but you have to be able to control yourself, or y'all would never. Girl, y'all nut. I ain't no way. I wouldn't have send my sister back to this nut. Ain't no freaking way. I'll be her stalker then. Bitch, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going back there. He'd have had to come get her. That's what you do. Since you bad, you talking all that, forget all these text messages. I'd have lured his ass some damn where. Okay, we could be out, and I took his ass to the park. You understand me?
This is Sierra trying to explain to JP why his behavior is completely irrational.
Child, that ain't working. Okay, this is sometimes it takes space, it takes time. Man, I'm not about to read this mess. You sitting up here writing this dude all this like he thinking straight. This dude is a whole pastor of a church, and he wasn't even doing that well. You could clearly see what type of dude he was, and these people still follow him. He had a whole cult going on, and still do. They in a group right now. Those people shouldn't be talking bad about the church. That's why I'm making sure I talk bad about the church in this video, in case y'all haven't noticed. Mica, people in the church, Mica, they loved her. And my parents went to that church a couple of times of whatever, and they loved Mica. And, well, hold up, sis. They only went a couple of times. They might have knew of Mica, met Mica, but, you know. How deep is it for you to come in a group that is a discussion about Mica, her life, and her situation, and then talk about, why don't people should stop talking bad about church members? If you don't get your ass up out that group and go sit down somewhere, because y'all some sick church members. Yeah, I said it. Just as sick as he is. Continue. I'm not reading this. This is what I want to read. He said, biblically, there you go. There you go, boy. Put the book down. When your spouse needs you, nothing else should come before that. That's what they believe. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying, in his case, he said, thank you for being kind to me in spite of my craziness. Please show her text. What? Please show her texts. She said if you unblock her, she can message you herself. Hold on, homeboy. You blocked her? Hold on. Wait. She meant to say if wait, no, she didn't. How can he, why would he, and then okay, so we it's the next day. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. So he got started early. I mean, he already had him up at night. Talking about he coming at 1 o'clock. So I'm taking he didn't show up. And it didn't go down. All right, so he said, tell her we could go on our Asheville vacation. That's our Asheville? You was just talking about Iceland. Now you talking about Asheville? Asheville? When we gonna see Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers? He said that's already paid for. I mean, she got a nice little I forgot what you call it, but it's kind of like Disneyland or whatever. It's just Dolly Parton. Yeah. That's already paid for if she come home, you know. It starts tomorrow morning. Girl, bye. This is a fool. This is a John Brown fool. He said if she will come home today and we go on our $3,000 vacation. That's it? Well, it is Asheville. And it's already paid for. Bitch, take your side chick. Live a little. Let the girl, breathe. I mean, why not? He said, I have a list of how we can make our marriage amazing and all would be okay. Red Rover, send Mica right over. Ain't no way in the hell. Ain't no way my sister would have went back to this fool. Ain't no way. Tell her phone will be back on in 30 minutes. What day was this? This is 11:17 at 11 o'clock a.m. Man, y'all better stop. This is a joke. Somebody playing. Somebody is punking us right now, y'all. Because ain't no way. Okay, so did he block her or did he turn off her phone? Oh, okay. So I pretty much read what this is where he said 5 years ago, us, Mark, Kay, Dan, and Erica all got married in the same month. And now all of us are going. That should tell you something about that raggedy ass church you got. I mean, they get their marriage advice from you. So if you're going through a divorce, everybody who you married and stayed at your church should be going through a divorce too. So he said if she actually cares, then she'll do exactly what God wants and do whatever it takes to make it work. You win. Okay, so this is where he was talking about will I'm hurt - you leave. Come on, y'all. Come on. This Asheville trip could change everything. You'll never find another man who loves you enough to do whatever it takes after you treat him the way you treated me. Boy, didn't you just get your tail up there with your bald head shining on the top and today and say Mica was the best wife ever? Didn't you sit your butt in there on ABC News with or without Mica's necklace on? Because people seem to be confused about that. And say Mica was the most wonderful wife that anybody could ever wish for? Didn't you write in her obituary how she loved her husband and her family so much, and she was just the bestest wife in the whole wide world? Now she treated you a kind of way. Why? Because she actually got away from your ass? Can you imagine what he's like on a regular basis? Day to day? Hell no. 7 years? She put him with his ass for 7 years. He said, are you showing her this?
Things just get...
So what is this? Shot of his truck, her statement billed on March the 20th. We see the reports about her being stalked and harassed. In the Robeson County report, they show us a black Honda Civic, South Carolina tag number 301 AKH, that they want us to believe is Mica's car traveling towards Lumber River State Park. Now this tag is expired and it does not match a Honda Civic. And it is not registered in Mica's name, as you can also see by the screenshots below. Listen, this whole shit stinks to holy hell. We know this, okay? Not just the car. We're trusting this information is accurate. This came from Tyler, not Kyler. She says she has a private investigator, and anybody can look this up, but they did that work. And she's saying that the tags on the Civic is not even registered to that particular car. So she been riding around and not getting stopped, huh? And they're saying that it belongs to a 2003 blue Chrysler Town and Country to someone who is actually deceased. And if you look at the plates, they don't even look like regular South Carolina plates. So how in the world? Okay. So what really happened here? What's this? What's really going on? Is this even a true story? I mean, what's really going on? So this woman, for all we know, everybody's questioning pretty much everything based upon what we've gotten from them. From the purchase the authenticity of the whole pawn shop situation. Too many clues there to even, explain why that's in question, but it is. The traveling, the car, the plates are wrong. They called it a Honda Accord everywhere, where it's a Honda. It's like they were begging for us to oh, look at us, everything is wrong. The car at the fuel station, with the windows appearing to be tinted in one and not tinted while they were showing it on the highway. People don't really believe that they even provided. They didn't even show. They showed another guy standing there pumping fuel, but they show her looking like she's turning into the fuel station, but never show her inside of the store or show her actually pumping fuel, because they said she's here getting gas. But that's not the one picture that you showed us. Okay. They show her allegedly walking into the pawn shop. They show her allegedly getting the firearm and a box of bullets. The receipt says she bought a box of 25. That's not a whole for anybody who, if you get a box of 25 and you don't really need a lot of bullets, that's good, because most of the time you're gonna buy at least 100 or 50. They sell a lot of rounds at one time, not a little bit. Whoever needs a little bit of rounds. Okay, and for y'all asking that question, if you buying a gun, you buying bullets, even if it's just to practice. And so saying, "Oh, I only need one bullet because I'm about to off myself," like, was she supposed to tell him that when he trying to get her to buy bullets? Come on, cut it out. But everything that happened or allegedly happened at the park itself, including the guy who's supposed to have found her stuff, and the screenshot that we saw of her phone. Why is it in airplane mode? And why, y'all questioning the timestamp on that and all that, questioning 911 call. Everything is pretty much in question. And almost all the questions that I've heard are pretty much legitimate, and they're in unison with a whole lot of people. So this is really weird. Okay, did this really even happen? Is there even a Mica? I mean, shit. Like, what's going on? Is this just a whole, everybody's hired to be actors or something to distract us with this woman that supposedly something happened to her? Because, I'm questioning a lot at this point, and I can't get over them not getting no autopsy. I'm not buying that one. I don't care if y'all get mad because you sensitive or whatever. This ain't the time to be sensitive at all. You make me understand why Whitney didn't get an autopsy. Would you not get an autopsy? Y'all just sitting up here talking about he said if she didn't let him get it, if they didn't sign off on the autopsy, he wasn't gonna let her see the body. And y'all saying that like, oh, I understand that. What you understand? What do y'all understand? You understand that? What you sound like you feel like they ain't had no other choice. What? I know y'all ain't going out like that. It says, however, in the same Robeson County report, they made sure to use the correct tag number for JP's truck. Now, with JP's truck, again, all they did was say, here's a picture of the truck on the highway. He wasn't there. That's pretty much what they did. He was with somebody and they went to a game. He wasn't there. Boy, if y'all don't stop playing, that is not enough. All this shit here that JP is doing and been doing, and y'all gonna talk about, here's a picture of his truck on the highway. He wasn't there. He didn't do it. We don't even know who in that truck. That's no definitive information. Do you have phone records at least? Because as long as you got a phone, you can't, you being tracked. You being tracked. I don't care if you turn your location off, your ass still being tracked. You ain't that smart. It's too much technology out here. I want to see pictures of him everywhere. Okay, I want to see what towers his phone was bouncing off of and when. Can't y'all FOIA that information? Come on, detectives, get on it. Okay, and they said, but what they don't tell you is that his tag number was also picked up on a traffic camera on April the 27th at 12:30 p.m. on the Mark Clark Expressway in North Charleston. Charleston? Headed out of town. The soccer games were over by 12:25. I said, what? I remember hearing her say that in her interview, but I think I don't know. Okay, the time that they have on her phone when they took a screenshot of it is what, 2:40? What time was the alleged 911 call made? Did any of y'all have that information? What time was it that the guy said that he heard her cry, heard a shot, and found her bags? 12:25? It's busy on Saturdays, but listen, North Carolina and South Carolina, the highways, they be all right, but they not Atlanta. They not Atlanta. You do pretty good down there. 12:23. Just off the top of my head, he could have made it. He could have made it to Lumberton. I mean, somebody literally do the math and tell me if I'm wrong. But just, I mean, that's only where I was born. So, I'm just giving you a little. I think he could have made it there. That's what I think. Hold on. Okay, y'all gonna have to tell me, because people are saying that the timestamp on the phone is incorrect. And I did hear some discrepancies with the time and everything, but I didn't write none of this stuff down. But from what people are saying, I believe you guys are saying that it was actually later than that. With us missing timestamps from... Hold on. Huh? Where did y'all get it? Well, hold on. So she was in Conway, South Carolina at 1 o'clock, according to what they're saying. Ooh. Okay, this is what I come up with. If he, according to what we just read, right, about his truck being on the Mark Clark at 12:30, this is what route it would say to take to get to Lumber State Park. But of course, things vary, what the traffic was like that day and that time. It looks like it would take him almost 3 hours. It says 2 hours and 43 minutes. So we gonna safely say 3 hours to get there, if that information is accurate and you can see the route that it's suggesting that you take. That is, and this is Google, so. But that he would be on 526, which goes to I-26. So it's telling him to basically take 41. Okay. So you see this, then 378. 76. That will put him there at almost 3 p.m. And I guess technically later than that, but we don't have no timestamp. So we got to keep that in mind. Or do we? I know I had a picture of his truck because I put it in one of my videos. Okay, but hold on. Okay, so something isn't right here, because here I didn't catch what she's reading this from, but here it's saying that at 12:30 he was pinged on the Mark Clark Expressway in North Charleston, headed out of town. And the soccer games was over with at 12:25. How can we believe that he was back at Myrtle Beach at 2:22 that day? Okay. I don't see that picture what they're talking about, but this is what I saw. So from this, I can't make out what they have here on this timestamp. It's too fuzzy. Can't make that out, right? However, if that's true, what you guys are saying, let's say he was there at 12:30. Again, it would take him about 3 hours, give or take, depending on traffic. That would be like 3 o'clock, maybe a little later, give or take. It's close. It's almost on the dot, to be honest. 5:26. Yeah, I mean, it might be doable. And that's just us assuming he even is in that truck at that time, at that location, right? Then when you go back, now this, if this is correct, showing from Conway, South Carolina, PD, she was on Highway 501 at 4 Mile Road at 1:06. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. See how long it would take her to get from 4 Mile Road to, because the next stop would have been the gun shop, right? Okay, this is showing her leaving, I guess, the gun shop, going towards her car at 12:04 p.m. So the receipt says 12:32. So she couldn't have been going to her car. She had to be going inside the shop. It says 12:32. Okay, so that's about 30 minutes distance, and that's round about this time, late at night. So I mean, out of traffic that day, whatever, but it's showing around 30 minutes from where the car is shown on 4 Mile Road from the gun shop. So the timing looks like it's about right. Yeah, as I get closer, it looks like she's walking in the shop at 12:04, and the ticket show her what was it, 12:13? So either way, and she was on the highway at 1:06, somewhere around there. So that pretty much panned out so far. Her next stop would have been to the gas station, and this timestamp is showing about 1:30. And traffic must have been sweet that day. If it was sweet for her, it had to be sweet for him too, man. So she got about an hour drive to get to Lumber State Park. So I don't know the address of the fuel station, but either way, it still looks like the timing is matching up. This what I don't get. She got on something totally different right here. This is at 11 o'clock a.m. I mean, how many times would she have needed to change clothes that day within a short amount of time? That's weird. But I guess you don't do normal stuff on a day like that. I don't know. But even from leaving the house and getting to the shop, it's like she changed clothes again. Or, I don't want to say took off the jacket because it looked like it wasn't even zipped all the way up. So, why did she have time to stop and change clothes? That don't make no sense. But they're showing that, 12:13, where the car was parked at. We don't have a timestamp on that, which is weird. Then you have, where they're saying they see his truck. And all I can get is this screenshot. I don't know where the original is, y'all. To see what these timestamps are, I can only go by that one I have. And this is showing her walking in the store. Or the pawn shop. So she must have been walking around at this point. Is this the pawn shop? Yeah, it says Dick's Outlet. Because at 12:04, it's showing her going in the door. So that's a good, 8 or so minutes? But she don't have nothing in her hand. So how could she be walking to the door and walking in the door? It's such a stretch. That's kind of weird. Where's the other one at? So they have here 12:13, and you can see one where it look like she got like maybe a black sack or something. Am I saying that correctly? It look like she got a bag or something. Because right here you can't really see any of that. But nothing is on the counter right here when she's looking up. And right here, it's the one we saw. This is the one that they said was removed. I don't know why it would have been removed. That's kind of odd. Okay, so that's my bad. It says 12:12 p.m. Her walking in the door. Okay. All right. So with another hour drive, it seemed like stopping for gas. Okay, yeah. Okay, but then we have right here 12:13. Okay, 1:37. 1:30, 1:27. She's getting the fuel in Horry County. And then they said she made her phone call at 2:54 p.m. That's around 3 o'clock. What time frame was it from the time she made the call to when the guy said he heard shots and screaming? Because that's like 3 o'clock. That's like 3 o'clock from where JP was. Now, if we go right here from Horry County, Highway 17, at 2:30 p.m., that would probably put him there around 4 o'clock. It's around 2:30. So that's around 4 o'clock. But give or take, excuse me, for traffic or whatever. And that's assuming he was even in that doggone truck. Okay, my bad. I'm shaving off. You gotta say at least 4:30. Because it said 1 hour and 55 minutes. That's basically 2 hours right there. She supposedly had made the call at 3 o'clock. Allegedly. But why are they screenshotting the phone that has the time of 2:40 p.m.? That doesn't make any sense. Why would the time say that? Even in airplane mode, you're still going to get the time. So that's weird. See, this phone is showing it's in airplane mode, which doesn't make any sense. I already talked about that in depth in another video. But 2:40 p.m., they saying she didn't even make the call until 2:55. Yeah, it's too close for comfort. Even if they pinned him, like they're saying they pinned him, we can assume that he would have had time to get to that park based upon whatever time this actually happened, because it's very close. If I'm taking the timestamp from the location that is shown, that I just showed y'all, and put in how long it would take him to get to that park from there, it would put him there around 4:30, give or take. Let's see.
Lumber River State Park. Now tonight, the man who reported hearing Mica crying and the sound of a gunshot at that state park is sharing how his character is now under attack. He says it's destroying his life, and he wants the baseless attacks that he's seeing on social media to stop. He talked with
Andrew, the fisherman, says he never
Hold on, people threatening his life.
thought fully cooperating with the police investigation and telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth would lead to him being unfairly targeted on social media. I met 55-year-old Johnny Jacobs today at an undisclosed location in Robeson County. He didn't want me to show his face because he's concerned for his safety after being bashed and targeted on social media.
It's like putting my life in danger with some of the things that's been said.
Jacobs tells me he'd been fishing for several hours on April 27th at the Lumber River State Park when he heard a faint cry. He says 2 or 3 minutes later, he heard a gunshot.
I said, oh my God, don't tell me, because the crying had stopped.
What time was it when he heard the cry and the shot?
I said, don't tell me something's happened, don't tell me something. I was getting ready to get out of there. Another 3 people came into the lake on a boat, and I plainly asked them, I said, did y'all hear that gunshot? They said yes.
Jacob says he couldn't see anything because of all the trees blocking his view.
This here's the park, of course. This is where I put my boat in at.
He showed me a map on his phone of the Lumber River State Park to better show his location on the river that day.
You see how thick the woods are? That's why I couldn't see nothing. So right along in here is where I found Mica's belongings at.
He says he found Mica's backpack, glasses, and cell phone on the bank and gave them all to deputies on scene. He says he didn't know Mica and has no reason to lie to police. Johnny Jacobs wants the unfair targeting against him to end.
I want this to stop as far as me. I don't want to make this all about me because I'm still thinking about Mica. I'm trying to respect her family, and I got total respect for them, and I am so sorry for what they're going through. I never thought my day would turn out like that.
The Robeson County Medical...
I don't know. I looked all over online. I looked in the groups, keyworded. I didn't see where they said the time that the guy said he heard the shot. So if anybody got any, if you know, or do you have the official reports? I'm not sure, but we can finish this off and then go to her sister's TikTok.
XIM 865. But what they don't tell you is that this tag number was also picked up on a traffic camera on April 27th at exactly 12:30 on the Mark Clark Expressway in North Charleston, heading out of town. Remember, his alibi was that he was in Charleston. The soccer games were over by 12:25 p.m. that Saturday in North Charleston, which is where that highway runs through and exits to a main highway. The Robeson County report doesn't detail when and what time he was seen leaving Charleston, just that the truck was there that day. Not that he was spotted there. The truck was there that day with tinted blacked out windows that you can't see inside of. This also was just explosive. She says, we all heard by now that Mica paid her car taxes on a vehicle that was registered to her and only her the day before her death. This is true and it's on record. They were past due from December of 2023, and we've also seen it to be like common knowledge that Mica was struggling financially. It all checks out. The tag number was South Carolina tag number WUP747 with the VIN number ending in 7697 for a 2019 Honda Accord. Plates and car. You can see the Honda Accord was registered to Mica Acacia Miller with the VIN number up at the top. The only problem is the tag number that's used in the report from the Robeson County Police Sheriff's Department is it belongs to a blue Chrysler Town & Country. So she swapped the license plate out. But Robeson County is digging themselves a nice fat hole because see this nice little necklace right here? The one that Mica is obviously wearing in quite literally every picture over the last couple of months. Same one right here. She wasn't wearing it. She wasn't wearing it. She was wearing it. Wearing it.
That part.
Not wearing it. Wearing it as she's leaving. Also, no tattoo on her hand. Crazy. This tattoo. Very visible tattoo. Just not there anymore. Guess who was wearing it?
I can't rock with you on that one.
Ask yourself a couple questions.
That don't look like the same necklace. I'm just...
Why did JP want her cremated so badly? Any guesses? I really can't get over this one. I used to work in the funeral industry and interned at our ME department, which is nationally known for good things. Autopsies and final reports take weeks to come out. Doesn't matter how busy they are. Tissue samples, blood samples, forensic photographer reviews. It takes weeks. Even for... They have to confirm if drugs or any other underlying medical conditions are present, which would be cause of death. There is no way they can definitively state that this was the COD.
They're doing that because of the 911 call. They will easily come up with a cause in a lot of cases if they feel like this is clear evidence towards it, unless you give them a reason to do an autopsy.
The pictures from inside her car literally make me sick. Here's the case, her jacket, a Ziploc with a grilled cheese sandwich, a Celsius, And then a phone call saying that she wanted to make sure that she was found, but she ended up in the water. Why would you make it so difficult for them to find you? Anyone have any answers? No matter how many ways you slice it, 1 + 1 will never equal 6. If we're missing variables, there's a reason. The math ain't mathin'. When I tell you that you're going to want to sit down and buckle in.
It's not, but... So this is the sister page. She has 25K followers already and 10K likes, and she only has 4 posts. Let's see what we got here. It says, "Hey, First Lady, remember, we love Jesus." So, you know this JP. It says it at the top, JPM. So we believe in his word and restoration. Unfortunate because of all the things, let me make sure y'all on, okay. Because of all the things your family is posting all over Facebook about me, Victoria may lose her job. And she's a great teacher, the best. So let's believe God's word for all of us. Let me know when you want to go flying on the new plane used for missions. I need you to remove your comments about me and my wife's Facebook page, or it could affect your wife's job. Her contract states she hates we don't allow strife in or outside of our school with any employee or member. Wow. And this is to Victoria Francis. We would like to thank you for your service at Faith First Academy over the past 1.5 years. As far as your ability to teach, you are definitely anointed by God to do so. However, anointing without obedience to the word of God can not take you very far. According to the Bible and our school handbook, any form of strife, public shame towards another or anyone, another isn't anyone, failure to believe the best, failure to cover, adding a discord amongst a fellow staff member, etc., is worthy of termination. We have asked you to please remove any social media posts that you and your husband have posted that fall under those sinful categories as you refuse. It saddens us that you don't love your students enough to simply remove the comments. For those reasons above, you are fired. You went through all that, and then at the end, okay, he said you are fired as a teacher from Faith First Academy. Please email us a list of your personal belongings in your classroom, and we will gather them and let you know. Okay, it says, we appreciate you as a teacher, fellow staff member, Faith First Academy. Lately, we have noticed some very ungodly, strife-filled social media posts from your household, from your husband's Facebook page. Okay, that's him. We noticed that you wrote on an employee's Facebook page that he and his wife's page was hacked. JP, huh? Knowing that they are in the process of healing. And we greatly frown on actions like that, especially when we believe strongly in the ministry, reconciliation, and restoration. We ask that you and your spouse please remove all social media posts that we are obviously referring to in this letter. This type of behavior is not tolerated and could jeopardize your employment. Thank you so much for honoring God with peace and the goal to restore. Wow. So she was saying what we've been hearing, apparently, that her sister page was hacked. Wow, what are people saying about this? Wow. Good afternoon, 3rd and 4th grade parents. As you know, we at Faith First Academy have biblical standards for our teachers. Unfortunately, after offering Mrs. Francis the chance to rise to those standards, she declined, and she was let go from FFA. Going forward, Miss Bullock will be assisting. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And she has the ones that I've already read when he was talking about coming to their house. Let's see if there's anything that I missed. Nope, nothing.
Control of was texting our family chat photos of her and JP, telling herself Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay, so he sent all these pictures of him and her to the family group chat saying Happy Valentine's Day because what? She was not with him? Oh, it says Happy Valentine's Day to Mica. You see that? Right there. Wow. This dude is off his rocker. Dang, Bo, everybody knows.
When Mica's
crazy.
phone, that she did not have control of, was texting our family chat photos of her and JP, telling herself Happy Valentine's Day.
Everybody know you crazy. You cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and everybody knows it. Dang. He sent all these pictures to their family group chat. This dude, what are they saying? Okay, that was me. I said, wow. It is also weird. He is a narcissist. I pray for justice for Mica. You have a huge support team behind you. Deepest condolences. Can they get a subpoena for that phone? You have just about the whole world right beside you. Did he have her phone or did he have access to her iCloud? How did she not have control? He has had those things still. He changed the passwords and he still has her charity account as well. This dude, wild. Any chick get with him after this, she on her own. She is on her own. So this last post here doesn't have any sound or anything to it. That was her first post. And people are just saying justice for Mica. So, what's up, y'all? What time was it when the fisherman allegedly heard the cry in the shot? Because either way you slice it, if we go with where he was supposed to be at 12:30, I did look that up. Okay, so according to what we saw on the TikTok page, the first one, I forget her name, but at 12:30, he would have had almost 3 hours to go to get to Lumber State Park. Okay? Okay. I mean, all right. So he was going north. Okay, so say he was there on the Mark Clark at 12:30 to get to Highway 17. It would have been about almost 2 hours. So that's a little over 2 o'clock. That's a little over 2 o'clock at 2 o'clock. Then you have them saying he was on Highway 17 at 2:30. From there to Lumber State Park, about another 2 hours. Four 4:30.